The AVP universe is ripe for a multiplayer game, but how did you balance that within the development with the single player?
Absolutely. I mean, multiplayer, I would say, in terms of effort, we've probably put 50% of the effort into the single player and 50% of the effort into multiplayer. Multiplayer is hugely important for longevity. I mean, people will probably play through the single player campaigns in a very long weekend session. You know, you probably play the game through in 12 to 15 hours.
Do you look back on the development of AVP for the Atari Jaguar fondly, or with rose-tinted glasses? And was it a real relief now to be working with such powerful technology when you actually developed this game?
We were a much younger company, obviously. We were sort of only a year old as a company, and you could argue more naive and, you know, perhaps different kind of enthusiasms. And sometimes when you're new to something, you're new to the development, you don't know what you can and can't do. We're 17 years old, 18 years old now as a company, and we've been around. We've done a lot of games. We produce a lot of games for people. Some of them in very short time scales to meet deadlines, but this has been a labour of love in exactly the same way that the Atari Jaguar one was.
When the GameTank crew were playing the multiplayer game, we noticed that you'd gone old school with health and weapon pickups. Is that something that you consciously decided to do?
We wanted to go in a slightly different way. We wanted the player to feel vulnerable, because if you can just wait and you health up automatically, then hanging around in a dark corridor waiting for the next attack just powers you up rather than frightens the crap out of you. So by having the health pickups concept, you're sitting in the dark, you're not getting any stronger, you're just getting more frightened. You've got to go out, you've got to drive people to explore. So very definitely it was a game's design and balancing and drive decision to have that thing in there. Same with weapon pickups. See, we wanted to make people go out into the darkness. People have played the game and said, I didn't really move very much because I was so scared. That's great, but we force you to move because the aliens will seek you out and they'll kill you. And if you run out of bullets, that's a very bad situation to be in.
The AVP franchise is pretty much a cornerstone to Rebellion as a company, so how important has it been to you over the years?
This game is hugely important to us. We've had enough time, enough budget and support of Fox and Sega to make the best game we can. There are elements we've had to leave out because we just didn't even have time in 2.5 years to put them in, and hopefully we'll get a chance to revisit those in another version if this sells well enough, which will be very exciting. This is one of those games where I'll stand up and say, this game is really bloody good. And I'm very, very proud of it. I'm very proud of the team and what we've done at Rebellion, and I would prefer to do more of this kind of game than more of the other.
And now, Jason, if you've got a few minutes, we'd like to ask you some quick-fire questions from our YouTube and Facebook fans, if that's all right.
Got a cup of tea, let's see what happens.
Cool, well, got my notes in my hood. It's my note hood. Right, what do we got? Well, first of all, it's from Tom Underwood. It says, what is your favourite special or trophy kill for the Alien or the Predator?
Hello, Tom. Good question. I actually liked the first one we ever did because it was so gruesome and everybody went, oh, that's going to work really well. So I think that was the ripping of the spine. Yeah, which is physiologically unfeasible, but looks good.
And the next question is from Priscilla, who says, if you had to choose, which would you side with, Team Alien or Team Predator?
I think I'd go with the Predators, because they get to travel the space and they got some fantastic weapons and stuff. Aliens are great, good for teamwork, but I still think Predators are cool.
And the next question is from Taz1973, who says, are there any plans for the future for more maps or multiplayer modes?
Yeah, we're definitely going to do what we can to support the game going forwards. It kind of depends on how successful it is and how things go with Sega and Fox and what they want us to do, but we're certainly enthusiastic about doing that.
This is a good one. It's from Perfect Reese, and he says, will there be a cover yourself in mud perk for the Marine?
What was his name again?
Perfect Reese.
So, Perfect Reese. There are magazines for specialists like you. There is not going to be a skin as I know it yet. I might suggest it to the team so we can cover yourself in mud perk, but not currently, no. That is a little bit off the wall, that one.
Shame, I thought that was a good question, but never mind. And Bobbit Goes Boom asks, will you be working on any DLC?
Well, Bobbit, yes, we are working on some. Exactly how much we do, again, is up to Sega and Fox, but yeah, we hope to get some of that out and announced soon.
And the other questions here are from my GameTank buddies who are all outside eating Scotch eggs in the cold at the moment. The first one's from Brendan. He says, if you could be any character from the Aliens or Predator universes, which one would you be?
I think Hudson is really cool. I always like Hudson because he's kind of a bit of a screw up, except he's a good guy. I have to say I like Bishop as well. One of my favourite characters, I think, who's one of the hardest characters in it, is Newt.
Ah, good choice. Good choice. I like it. Ian was wondering, because he loves his motion controlling, have you heard of Project Fatal, by the way?
Fatal?
Fatal.
Fatal,
yeah.
no.
Do a YouTube search on it. Ian wanted to know, will there be any extra modes being added later in the year to be compatible with Project Natal or Sony's Wand controller?
Good question, I don't know yet. I think that'll, again, probably, I keep bouncing this question off, but it's Sega and Fox and what they want us to do. I mean, we would love to be doing these things. I guess if we can, we will.
It's a good way to live that. If we can, we will.
Yeah. Well, it's absolutely true, you know. I mean, because we don't own the franchise, because we can't do what we like, we have to get permission to do things. Sometimes, for corporate reasons, people would say, no, we don't want to do that, and we get disappointed, but we have to go with that. Other games that we do, when we own them, we can do what we like.
Okay. And Dan from the GameTank crew also wants to know, what game is in your console at home right now?
In my console at home, actually, Heavenly Sword. I've been playing Heavenly Sword, desperately trying to get past one particular part of it. But what I've been playing on my PC, see, I'm a multiple gamer here, so on my PC at work, I've been playing Torchlight, which is a kind of download-only PC title, which is really good fun. Dungeon exploring. Yeah, so I play as many games as I can, but I try to play games other than FPSs as well, just to make sure I keep my hand in.
And you play games at work?
Only when I'm not supposed to be doing something else.
Don't worry, yeah. I play games at work as well. And you're the boss, so you're allowed to. Get away from her!
You bitch.
Got it in one.
Yeah, yeah.
Jason,
there you go. See, I do know this stuff.
You do know stuff. Jason, it's been brilliant talking to you. Thank you very much for your time.
My
we
pleasure.
want the game to be amazing. I'm sure it's going to be amazing.
What the hell are you guys doing here? Will you just get out? Go! Get out! Go on!
Well, I think that went rather well, don't you? Apart from all of you guys breaking and entering, then all of us getting chucked off the premises. And you, Brendan, I don't know what you're smirking at. You must have done something wrong. Ian, what is that?
It's my tail.
You don't have a tail.
No, you're right. I nicked it.
You know you're going to have to send that back to Rebellion and just hope that a postal worker doesn't get face-hugged in the process.
Oh, I like it.
It's not yours, mate.
But it's soft. It's probably really expensive. They won't know.
Oh well, come on, it's getting late, guys.
Yeah,
Let's go.
I can't believe I bought you guys Scotch eggs and everything.
You didn't think we were going to wait outside, did you?
It's February, it's freezing.
Yeah, and we got to see the game. It looks awesome. We got to talk to the guys. It was amazing.
You're right, it was a pretty cool day. But you owe me 3 Scotch eggs at least.
Keep it real, keep it GameTank.